Yo, what's good, y'all? I would like to welcome y'all back to episode 62 of the Von Talks podcast. Today, on which I'm recording this podcast, is May 1st, 2026. And first, I would like to say shout out to my current, past, and new listeners. Y'all already know I highly appreciate you. Shout out to everybody listening to this podcast on their favorite platforms. Before we get into the show, make sure y'all follow me on all of my socials. All of the links will be in the description box below if you can find it. So go ahead and click on them bitches and follow me there because I am literally everywhere, you feel me? So you already know how we're gonna start this shit off, man. I gotta ask, how are you doing today, man? It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first, you feel me? It's the first of the month, man. Motherfuckers getting paid. You know, I know the economy is a little wonky well, I ain't gonna say a little. It's very wonky right now. We are in a recession. You understand what I'm saying? I know we've been in a recession since 2020 after the pandemic. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, we are now feeling the effects of everything. You understand what I'm saying? Because we about to go into, I get to that later down the episode, but let's just start here. How are you doing today, man? Regardless of everything that I said, I hope you're doing good. Motherfuckers getting paid today. You understand what I'm saying? Hope you saving your money. Hope you remembering to invest and all of that shit. And you just doing things, taking time out of your day to do things that make you happy. You understand what I'm saying? But that's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. You know, we got to start to learn how to budget our time, just like how we learning to budget our money. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's one thing we won't ever get back, and that is time. So we got to make sure that we know how to budget that shit. You know, the time that you know what I'm saying, when you be doom scrolling, take that time to be, I'm not going to doom scroll. Let me go and take 5 minutes to myself, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to myself, and I'm going to just sit in silence if that's what you want to do. Or you want to go on a run or do some push-ups, work out a little bit, or play the motherfucking video game for about 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? Count cards, you feel me? Clean up the motherfucking house, clean the refrigerator out, whatever it is, man. Do something that makes you happy, that you thoroughly enjoy. Taking a drive. Well, I don't know if you're really gonna do that these days. Gas is high as a motherfucker, so go for a little walk. You know what I'm saying? I think, although gas is high and we do need, especially if we, depending on the area that we live, if there's no public transportation, we need to get gas and shit. But I think this is a time where, gas is so high, we need to walk more. You know what I'm saying? If things are in walking distance and you have the time and you have the time, walk your ass to that motherfucking store, man. And if you need to go grocery shopping, invest in like a little cart or something. You know what I'm saying? And you can find one on Amazon. Me and my girl were talking about getting one, and we still ain't got one yet, but we need it though, because we be toting water and all types of, I be toting water and all types of shit. And, it ain't good for my back. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 31. It ain't good for my back, man. The older I get, the more I have not an inkling, but like a, what is it? Like not a ruse. What's the word I'm looking for? The older I get, the more I feel pressure to take care of my body, for lack of a better term, man. And I think you should too. Even if you're in your 20s watching this, early 20s, late 20s, even if you're a teenager watching this, you're gonna get older. The older you get, you want to take care of your body, especially if you are a teenager in your 20s. You understand what I'm saying? And in your 30s, you want to make sure that you take care of your body as much as possible, because I'm in my prime right now, and I'm going hard. I'm going hard, man, with everything: finances, spiritual, physical, mental. All of that shit, emotional. I'm going hard with all of that shit, man, because I'm in my prime, and it ain't a better time to do things like now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm glad I have all of this information that I have right now, just so I can get into it. But we'll get into that conversation a little bit later, man, because I don't really have many pod notes. I know it's a lot to talk about, but I feel like what I'm going to talk about later is going to be much more important. I definitely want to talk more about, like laws being in place. I have to start doing a little research and shit like that. Cause that ain't really my forte. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not really articulate enough in speaking on that, but I can bring, okay, this law speaks on this, and this is what's gonna happen if this is in place. You understand what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. I could possibly get into more shit like that, and then you already know, talk about the advantages y'all could take out here when it comes to investing and getting y'all money right, because that is my forte, which that I made that more my forte. You understand what I'm saying? Because just growing up, we get to that conversation a little later, man. But anyways, man, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. And when I ask y'all, I'm curious. When I ask y'all, how are you doing today? Do you answer to yourself like, oh, I'm good? Like, do you, I seen better days, or things can be better, or I feel fucking phenomenal, fantastical. They're not a word, but y'all get what I'm saying? Do y'all answer yourselves when I ask y'all that question? Like, how do you feel today? And Aruka, if you're listening to this, shout out to you, man. I seen you said in homeless stream, you was like, I got some time to catch up on Flex's pod. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Shout out to everybody that I know. And if you tell me like, oh, I'm listening to your shit, or you know, and I'm open to all conversation. If it's things that I say that y'all don't agree with, let me know. We could talk about this shit, man, because we need the conversation. That's how we learn and get to know better of ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, let me know, bro, if you agree, disagree, whatever it is. And if you tell me that you listening to the pod, I'll shout you out just like how I did Aruka. I definitely shout you out, man, for sure. Like, let me know. I've been listening. I'm caught up on this. Shout out to ADP. ADP, he saying that, oh, the pod's been inspirational to him and shit. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. So yeah, let me know, bro. And I'll shout y'all motherfuckers out, man, if y'all let me know who listening or not. You understand what I'm saying? Well, no or not. Let me know if you listening for sure. I most definitely shout you out. I think that's something that's new that I implemented to the pod. Just to let you know that I further appreciate you even more. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all know I gotta drink my tea. That Dragon Springs, boy, that shit fire. That shit tastes so good. And it gives you energy. It don't make you sleepy. It gives you a little bit of energy. No caffeine. That shit decent, boy. That shit decent. So a little bit about me before we get into the other topics. I think I might say that for the later, but I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. Just to let you know, I am doing good. I got my workout in this morning. That was great. I was in a really good mood, listening to some music and shit. You already know what I've been listening to. Pompeii Utility. I've been spinning that. Well, fuck it. I've been spinning that shit since it dropped, bruh. Isaiah Rashad, he dropped a new album. I ain't listened to it yet, but we're gonna talk about that a little later, man. So let's go ahead and get into the topic. Gaming. Y'all motherfuckers know I can yap, boy. Listen, I'm overwhelmed with the games. I am overwhelmed with the games. I'm still slowly but surely progressing through Pragmata. We got Invincible Versus out, but I just got word about that game, and I don't know. I'm gonna buy it through Steam, or I'm gonna watch one of my favorite creators, the Black Okage. He talked about it at the end of his stream. This was homeless was telling me, and how he gave his opinion about it. So I'm gonna go watch what he say, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make a purchase. I'm gonna play it. Give it and within that 2 hour window, if I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna go ahead and get that refund. Just so y'all know, if y'all buy y'all games on Steam, you have a 2 hour window of playtime. You can buy it, and I don't know if it's like the same day or whatever the case may be, but if you buy it and you play it and it's under 2 hours and you want a refund, you can get a refund, no questions asked. It's that shit is fucking fire, bro. So that's a good way for you to try out games. If you're a little tight on cash, you're like, okay, I got 50 to spell. Let me go ahead and buy this game, try it out, and make sure you set that timer too for like an hour 30, hour 45 to cut it real close. And if you ain't feeling it, uninstall, refund, and then get your refund. And they get your refund back to you right then and there. So, anyways, man, we got Invincible Versus out. I definitely want to buy it. I want to play it because I want to talk about it on the pod and shit like that. But we'll see. What I've heard was very disappointing. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself just in case I do end up getting a game. I'm gonna be having some Marvel Rifle sessions today. As far as gaming too, like I said, I've been playing through Pragmata. Um, I still got to play through Mouse PI for Hire and Replaced before 007 First Light and the Lego Batman game come out later this month. Those are 2 games coming out this month, and I'm going to be playing them for sure. That's something that I've been looking forward to both of those games. More so the Lego Batman game, but if I'm really looking forward to getting 007 First Light for free. And when I do, oh my goodness, bro, it's gonna be up, and then I can spare that change that I wanted for 007 to go ahead and get that Lego Batman game. Hey, listen, that's another reason why I'm doing this shit, man. I'm trying to get the clout up, bro. I'm trying to get free things, free merch, free games, so I can save as much money as possible and put out good quality content so y'all can go watch that shit and y'all can like, this shit is good. I'm gonna make my purchase, or I'm gonna stay away from this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But man, and listen, all of those games that I named, that's just a few games that came out in a couple months. We still got over the summer. We got in June, we got Alabaster Dawn. No. Alabaster Dawn is going to be early access, but that's dropping this month as well. Hold on, let me go ahead and check. Let me pull this up so that way y'all can see this shit, bro. Let me go to my wish list just so y'all can see this shit, man. So if y'all don't know where Alabaster Dawn is, I put out a couple videos for it. I put out one video for it. But I got the gameplay under a couple videos. If y'all watch my short stuff, y'all will see what I'm talking about. The game looks fucking good. Definitely anticipating this game for sure. It's coming out in early access. It's a demo out for it right now, and it's dropping on May 7th. So that is literally 6 days away. And then next month we have The Adventures of Elliot. This game looked really good. It's called The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. That comes out on June 18th. Another game that I'm very interested in, and it's going to be $60, so it's under the standard market value. So many great games, bro. I'm overwhelmed. So, and I want to make content for The Adventures of Elliot, Alabaster Dawn, 007 First Light, and the Lego Batman game. For Mouse Private Investigator for Hire, I might make content for that. I don't know. I will see. I'm not obligated to, but just to get that repertoire up and to get that clout up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to make content for it. I will be streaming it though. That's like the least I do. And then Replace, I'm not going to be making content for that, but I will be streaming it. But that is one of the games that I was anticipating this year as well. So all of the games that came out this year, maybe except for Invincible Versus, I'm going to be playing it, or I have played it. Neo 3, played it, didn't finish it because it's too long. I don't know if I want to finish though. I'm about 19.8 hours in, as it says right here on record. Don't know if I'm going to go back to that game. Then we got Resident Evil Requiem. That game was fucking phenomenal. Oh my God. That was a day one cop, and I bought it day one, played it, streamed it all. That was fire. And then Pragmata, that was another game that I was anticipating this year. Got it. Shout out to the Steam family, Shell. I appreciate you. Shout out to Homeless. I appreciate you. I was gonna buy that game regardless, but that's a game that I was also anticipating. I was like, yeah, especially after playing that demo, I was like, yeah, day one cop. This shit is fire. And then we got, like I said, we got the 2 games that's dropping later this month, 007 and the Lego Batman game. Alabaster Dawn. Then we got The Adventures of Elliot. And then I don't know what else is dropping during the summer. We supposed to be getting some trailers for Grand Theft Auto 6, like a gameplay trailer at least. If we don't see a gameplay trailer over the summer, that game not coming out. Because every game, unless they just not following that pattern to drop a gameplay trailer, but every game that they drop, every game that drops, we always get a gameplay trailer for it, just so we can get a vertical slice of at least what we can expect when we get into it. You understand what I'm saying? That's supposed to be dropping, but we supposed to be getting some trailer, some promotion during the summer. I'm talking too goddamn fast. Let me slow down. We supposed to be getting a trailer for that. Then we got the Wolverine game dropping around my birthday in September. And then we have Phantom Blade Zero. That's also dropping in September. Good God Almighty. Then we have something else dropping in September as well, I believe. Then Then we got the Galactic Racers for Star Wars Galactic Race, I believe that's what it's called. That's dropping in October 6th. Then we got Marvel Tokon. That's going to be dropping in August 6th. Do y'all hear all of these games? And every game that I named is completely different from each other. There's not one of these games are similar. Maybe with the art style when it comes to the adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, and Alabaster Dawn, that's really about it. But Square Enix is making that game, and then Alabaster Dawn, that's from an indie studio, just so y'all know. Matter of fact, do y'all want to see a little bit of the gameplay? I mean, y'all can hear it, so just look at this shit, bruh. This shit looks fucking phenomenal. I'm gonna just fast forward through it a little bit.
Traveling through 4 ages.
But this look good. This is, yeah, highly anticipating this game.
Elliot's home time.
Yes, sir.
But the kingdom is utterly
It's going to fast forward a little more. Fast forward a little more. I love the art style. I love games that look like this. I don't know what it is. I need to go back and play the Fire Emblem games. Never played them before. This shit looks so good, bro. It's highly detailed. I think the story is going to be great.
For the future, at times the world's downfall envelop all those in it.
Yeah, this shit is going to be fire, bro. It's in the combat is what drew me in the most. Once I seen this, I said, "Oh." Love how the camera angle shifts when it comes to certain attacks. Man, this shit look good. Edison, you got a parry system. It seems that way. If not, that's cool. This shit look good, man. Let me pause this shit, bro. Oh my God. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show y'all Alabaster. I've never done this before, but let me show y'all Alabaster Dawn as well. This shit look good, man. This come out in 6 days. Early access, but it comes out in 6 days. If I do end up getting that refund, I think I'm gonna spend that money on Alabaster Dawn than I am gonna, and I'm pretty sure because this is gonna be early. Let me slow down. Because this is gonna be in early access, it's gonna be a lot cheaper than Multiverses. Oh man, I missed that game. Than Invincible Versus. What a shame Warner Bros did to that damn game, bro. But this shit look good. This shit look good. It's a demo out for this right now. The music was on point. I was like, man, I'm ready for this, bro. I want this. The combat seemed like it's gonna be decent as hell. So, hey, listen, man, y'all see it. Y'all see what I'm into. Y'all see what I'm interested in. If you can't see this shit, just know these are like, they got the top-down view for the both games that I showed. It got the top-down view 2D situation going on. That shit decent as hell, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm drowning in games, man. It's no better time to be a gamer, bro. Like, it's a great time. So many great games are upon us, and it's so sad because it's a lot of people that are stuck in the past of like the PS2 era, the PS1 era. Hell, even going back before that, Nintendo 64. Well, that'd be a little bit after the PS1, right? You know, the SNES days, you understand what I'm saying? Some people still trapped during the 360 PS3 era, talking about, you know, they just basically caught up in nostalgia, talking about, you know, there's shitty games coming out, or the games that's coming out are mediocre, or they aren't as good as the old games, this, that, and the third. Like, nah, I highly disagree. I feel like the games that we have been getting, they've been better than the old games. You understand what I'm saying? That there was a lot of great games that came out back then, especially during that Xbox, the original Xbox and PS2 era. Like some of those two consoles had some of my favorite games of all time. Like New Legends, if you ever heard of it, go look that up. That shit was so fun back then. I don't think it aged well, because I did look up gameplay a few years ago, and I was like, damn, it looked the same from how I remember it. Like, and that's rare that happens. It looks the same from how I remember it, but you could tell like the combat didn't age good. You understand what I'm saying? Like you could tell like the game overall just didn't age well. But you got the Metal Gear Solid series, New Legends, Splinter Cell franchise. You know, we got let me see, what else can I Twisted Metal, goddamn, I'm just naming games from the Xbox and the PS2 era. Midnight Club Dub Edition, Devil May Cry's 1 through 3. Let me see what else. I bet some of y'all expecting me to name Kingdom. What's that shit called? Kingdom Hearts? No, boy, no. Let me see. Plenty. I know this is like the 360 era, but Saints Row, the original, and Saints Row 2. Let me see. Shit, Saints Row 3 and 4 is right. I fought both of those games, but Saints Row 1 and 2 definitely is what got the most love from me. Let me see. Gears of War. Let me see. Siphon Filter. Goddamn. It's so many great games. Crash Bandicoot. Soul Calibur 2. Let me see. So many great games, man. So many great games on those original consoles, and I played so many of them. I can't remember a lot of them right now, but I did play a lot of them, man. Matrix Reloaded was decent. I remember that game being a little stiff, but it was decent though. So many great games that came out, but man, it's in 2026. Like, and I feel like shit really been picking up since 2023. I mean, we had Elden Ring. Well, let's go back. We had what was that game that dropped in 2020? Ghost of Tsushima. Even though that was on the PS4 era, I feel like things really started to pick up in 2020. We got a couple good games here and there, or great games. People might look at them here and there. And then when Elden Ring came out and shit just started taking off, man. We got Elden Ring, Young Souls, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, what's that? Hogwarts Legacy, Liza P, goddamn, Remnant 2. What else? Baldur's Gate 3. What else, man? So many great games, bruh. Expedition 33, Ball X Pit. Man, it's so many, bruh. So many great games that came out over the past few years, and a lot of y'all just gotta go look for them, man. To be honest with you, like, a lot of y'all still stuck on these AAA companies. You understand what I'm saying? Like EA, what is it? Or like a Square Enix, or which just seems like they're about to put out some fucking heat with that Adventures of Elliot. Y'all still, Microsoft, Sony, and whatever, and let me see, Sucker Punch, and what Santa Monica. Y'all still stuck on those studios, still stuck on those big AAA studios, these big AAA companies. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all need to go dig into these indie titles, bro, because I'm telling you, it's been some great quality games coming from the smaller studios, bro. Teams of 1, teams of 11, 30, 50, 100. You understand what I'm saying? Small indie studios, bro, that's been putting out some motherfucking heat. Y'all need to go look for that shit, man, because I'm telling you, we are in such a great time to be a gamer, man, and we're fuck. Oh my God. Let's start that off. Let's reel that back in. Goodness gracious, boy. English. I'm not editing that out. We are getting, I had a word that I was about to say, but that me stuttering, that shit fucked me all the way up. We are getting legacy titles now, new legacy titles. For example, what's the game? Marvel Rivals. I think that's gonna be a legacy title. I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. Pragmata might be a new legacy franchise. Let's see. What else? And I'm just calling this early because if we don't get any sequels and nothing like that, then it might not be legacy. But I think we are entering a realm where we are getting some people's new favorite games of all time. Like, they got their old shit, but we got some new games that's gonna creep into their top 100, top 50, 10, 25, 5, top 250. You understand what I'm saying? If a motherfucker played enough games over the years. Like, let me not say we are entering. We have entered that realm. I've been having so much fun playing a lot of these new games, and I've been making time to make sure that I play these games too, man, because last year, I only beat maybe 1 or 2 games, but this year I definitely plan on beating by 8 to 12 games, maybe a little bit more, just for the, because I love gaming and I'm making content for a lot of these games. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I come back and talk about it on the pod and put y'all on, man. But yeah, it was, what a time to be a gamer, bro. What a time to be a motherfucking gamer. I've been loving this shit, man. I have. Damn. So yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and check out the games that I showed y'all. Make sure y'all go check out the games that I talked about. And keep an open mind, bro. Keep an open mind. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all motherfuckers talking about some, why don't we need more games like The Matrix, or we need more games like basically movie tailored games. And historically, those never performed well. Just recently though, we're starting to get it the other way around, where these movies that are being made after video games, those been performing well. Sonic, Mario, Wreck-It Ralph when that came out. Those tend to do well, but video games after movies, not so much. But I will say, I've been looking at that Hellraiser. That's a video game that's made after the movie. If you've never seen the movie, it's a horror movie. Go look it up. I believe the villain name is Pinhead. He got a bunch of pins in his fucking face and his head. Yeah, it makes sense, right? That looks really good. I've been looking forward to that for sure. So that might be one that might be fire. That might be one that might be fire, man. So enough about gaming. Let's go ahead and move on. Man. What a time to be a gamer, though. What a time to be a fucking alive. Me and my girl watched 2 new movies over the weekend. It's called Housemaid and Good Boy. Both of those movies have some of the same premise, basically. So both of the movies is basically about being kidnapped and looking for a way to get out. But the way those 2 movies ended, they ended completely different. I want y'all to go watch these movies. As far as Good Boy, if I say the ending, let me just say this. I didn't really like the ending at first because I didn't understand it. But my girl gave me a perspective of, because it's about Stockholm Syndrome, right? And it's the other way around. And if you could put 2 and 2 together and make it make sense, then that might intrigue you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's basically what that's about. As far as Housemaid, it's about somebody being kidnapped, but it's guys under. I don't want to put it under the category of kidnap, because being kidnapped is, you being snatched, you being taken under your will. But you can kind of call it this because somebody came in to somebody else's life when it was at a low point. You know what I'm saying? Single parent activities. You understand what I mean? And they found somebody that was willing to take them in, and then they did a complete 180 on their ass, and now they can't find a way out. You understand what I'm saying? The person that took them ended up being crazy, but the movie was portraying that the person that got took was being crazy all along. Love the plot twist, bro. Love the plot. I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And we had somebody in it that we might not agree with, but we sailed the 7 seas, so motherfuckers ain't getting, you fed me. Yeah, man, go watch Housemaid and go watch Good Boy. 2 good movies. I wasn't expecting to like them both. I was like, oh, we actually found 2 good movies today. And my girl pointed out the first one, which was Housemaid, and I ended up liking that. And then the second one that we watched is the one that I picked out. It was called Good Boy, and I ended up liking that as well. We both ended up liking both of those movies. So that perspective that I talked about with Good Boy, I was like, oh, that's a good perspective. I didn't really think about it like that. So that was decent. Especially because we never get movies like that where it's the other way around. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go ahead and check out Housemaid and Good Boy. 2 good movies, man. And like I said, if you got your brain turned on and you really get what the premise is about, you're gonna be like, oh, damn, this shit was fire. So make sure you keep that brain turned on and think as you are watching the movie. Ask questions to yourself as you are watching the movie. as you are watching the movies, and you might start getting answers. You might start to see some shit unraveling as things go on. You understand what I'm saying? There was a detail in Housemaid that me and my girl completely overlooked, and my girl is good pointing out the details when it comes to these movies a lot better than I am. Sometimes it's back and forth. Sometimes I might see shit that she don't see. Sometimes she might, I might see shit that she don't see. You understand what I'm saying? So, wait, did I say that right? She might see things that I might not see, and I may see things that she may not see. But she's a movie connoisseur. She watches a lot more movies than I do, so she tend to see things a lot more vividly. And there was a particular scene in the movie. Now, again, there was a character in the movie that we thought was crazy, and they made it look like they were crazy, right? But it ended up being the other way. And there was a particular scene that there was this character, they had like this little dollhouse, and they was talking, and they was moving this one character that portrayed somebody as if they were saying, like they were picking up and saying, oh, I don't want to woo. Like they were saying like it was them, right? Like they was moving them as if they was talking. And did not peep that until after the movie ended. Listen, that shit was good, bro. I said, oh, wow. I didn't even pay attention to that. I think it's easy to overlook, especially when you focused on a particular character. If you watch the movies, or let me not say if, when you watch the movie, you're going to know what I'm talking about. It's Housemaid. Go watch that shit, bro. So, 2 good movies y'all need to go watch soon, ASAP. Y'all make sure y'all come back to the pod and let me know how y'all liked it, man. Housemaid and Good Boy. 2 good movies, for sure. Really 2 good movies. As far as what I've been reading the same books. I'm still going over my real estate investment books, still doing my research, still trying to see where can I make the best purchases. You understand what I'm saying? I've been, I've extended my research to tiny homes, because I do know that's a growing market, but I don't know like all of the ins and outs of tiny homes, and the depreciating factor of a tiny home, because it's a lot different. And I learned that they depreciate a lot quicker than standard homes. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've been looking into that. You feel me? But so far, when I'm done reading the book and I start doing my research on tiny homes and shit like that, because a lot of them cost like $12,000 and shit. And I'm like, damn, I can definitely buy these bitches and rent them out for sure, and collect decent amount of rent, especially for folks that are single. I think there's a statistic, quote me if I'm wrong, but I was reading in my book that by 2030 or 2040, there's gonna be 60% more people that are single. So I'm like, damn, I can definitely take advantage of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like getting these tiny homes, getting these studios, shit, this, that, and the third, and get these motherfuckers in and get that consistent rent. And let me not say most, but a shit ton more people, a lot more people. When I go back through the book, I'm gonna bring the statistic, because the statistic is in the book. But a lot more people are gonna be living in the city. So, I'm just doing my research, man, trying to see where I'm going with that, how I wanna go with that. You feel me? Because like I said, I've been seeing like, I've been looking for studio apartments and, single family homes or studio homes. You feel me? Be looking at a lot of those, and it's a lot of decent ones, man. If y'all do your research, bro, that's like $25K. I know motherfuckers be like, yo, housing is expensive, and this, that, and the third. But if you really know where to look and you want to purchase a house, and even if it's just to live, research places in the South and research places in the Midwest, man. I'm putting y'all onto a little bit of game, man. I'm doing this research specifically to buy and own, never sell, and rent out. That's my whole thing with me doing this real estate investment, real estate research, and all of this, buying homes, buying all this real estate so I can hold it forever, never sell them, and rent them out. You understand what I'm saying? Until they get to a point where I'll be like, okay, I have these amount of homes. Let me go ahead and sell my first 5, maybe 6 real estate properties, so I can go ahead and buy a bigger building that'll house 10 units. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So, I'm just taking my time doing my research, but I'm slowly but surely getting through it. I didn't read it yesterday, but I did do a little bit of real estate research, and that's why I'm bringing this research to y'all. As far as like the tiny homes, I'm just trying to see if that's going to be a better investment. Because if I can start my real estate portfolio there, then if I decide to start my real estate portfolio there, then I will. But again, I've been looking at a lot of different homes and shit, especially for FSBO homes, for sale by owner homes. Those basically are, to give it a little deeper, those are homes that are sold by the owner. So the people that are selling, they actually own the home. The bank don't own it, none of that shit, or another corporation don't own it, none of that shit. It's owned by the owner, and they looking for quick, fast purchases or quick, fast sales. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm just looking around, man. I'm just looking around. I got a price range that I'm looking into, and I really do think that the tiny homes might be the wave, man. They might be the wave, and I can charge, whatever I want. You understand what I'm saying? But I have a plan. Once I collect enough rent and own enough properties and shit like that, and then I have a lot of this rent money going into things that's gonna make more money for me. So that way I can start to, okay, if I'm making, let's say I'm making $17,326.38 a month from just real estate, just owning real estate. I could take that $17,000 a month, put it into another cash generating asset, and allow that to build until I'm making $17,000 a month from that, and then I can start paying back my tenants. You understand what I'm saying? Just for living there. So I'll be like, okay, because I'm always going to take half for repairs and reserves, and always continue to build that out. But I'm going to take the remaining, be like, okay, these next 3 months, y'all are gonna get this amount of money. You understand what I'm saying? So every single month, and it's not guaranteed. Make sure I have that in the lease and all of that. So make sure I have all of that fleshed out, all of that, because I know a lot of people like to critique. Well, you got to make sure you got this and that. Like, duh. It's not like, while I'm thinking about this, I'm also thinking about the technicals behind it. I'm a very detailed person. When I start thinking about one thing, I instantly go into thinking about, what are the other variables that could come into play? You understand what I'm saying? Just so that way I can make sure that I'm secure and safe, and nothing comes back to bite me in the ass because I'm doing certain, because I'm willing to do these things for people, because I want to help people save money, and I want to help people. If they plan on moving out of my property, they can move out and they have that money, that extra money, to go towards their move. You understand what I'm saying? Or if they do plan on living in my properties long term, they have that extra money that can go towards to, a cash generating asset. You understand what I'm saying? If they want to get into real estate themselves, or or shit, we can get to a point where, if I get to a point, when I get to the point when I'll be like, okay, I want to sell this property, and I've been paying back the tenants. It might be a tenant be like, you know what? I want to buy this property, bruh. And then we can negotiate, and it's already tenants living there, and then I can sell it to them because they had the ample amount of money to save up. Now I just help them buy their first property off of me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm thinking about it. But we're gonna continue more in the investment portion of the pod. But y'all see how my mind works? Very detailed shit, man. Details, bro. Like I said, I'm a detailed person, and I realize that. And I'm definitely going to take more advantage of that. I think that's one of my superpowers, is being a detailed person. I just, sometimes I doubt the details, so I don't really go full on about it, but I'm definitely going to get more into that bag of just, what are the details behind it? You know what I'm saying? Ask more questions. How can I go about it? And how can I make sure that I'm safe, and that, my money is protected, and this, that, and the third. Like, that's just how I'm thinking about these things. If you start... I love thinking out of the box. I feel like I think I've always been like that since I was young, just thinking out of the box on certain things. But now that I'm older, I've really been thinking like that, bro. Because thinking out of the box, keeping an open mind, and going places that no one is willing to go, that's gonna bring me more. That's gonna bring me a bigger reward. You understand what I'm saying? Just because I'm willing to go those lengths for what I believe in. You feel me? But again, we're gonna save that for later in the pod, man. I'm also still reading The Changing World Order by Dalio. I've been learning a lot from that book, man, and I think I'm gonna get more into it when it comes to the investment portion of the pod. Maybe it depends. I like to run my mouth. If I get to it in here, then we just will. But I've been learning a lot for that book. It's still boring as fuck. It's getting a lot better because I'm learning about the devaluation of currencies and how certain empires come into power and how those empires end up declining. And what we're witnessing right now is the decline and fall of the United States of America and the devaluation of the US dollar. And going back to this ain't talked about in the book. At least I don't think it is yet. I don't know yet, but the motherfuckers been looking to debase from the United States dollar since 2009, maybe a little bit before that, but that's when BRICS was created, right? I think BRICS was created in 2008. We had the financial crisis in 2008, and Bitcoin was created in 2009. So you start putting those things together, and it's like, damn, all of this shit everything that's happening right now has been happening for centuries. This isn't some new shit. And what has happened back then was way worse than what's happening now. What's worse right now is going to be our worst. You understand what I'm saying? That the previous generations might be able to get through. You feel me? But we do have new pre-existing new pre-existing conditions and something that the previous generations might not know how to maneuver through. But we have the information now. We have everything that we need to learn how to maneuver through this economy that we are in. And man, it's fucking shitty. So, me learning that, and it's really, and to be honest, I know a lot of people, they panic, but you panic through things that you don't know. If you're ignorant to a lot of shit, you may or may not panic. It depends on the situation. So, if you're ignorant to certain things, you might just jump right into it, not knowing what it is. You understand what I'm saying? But if you are ignorant to, inflation and things like that, that make you panic and that make you get scared, and that disables you from making that next step on how to make better and how to take advantage of what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Or at least to learn about what's going on. And I think I don't have that panic. I don't have that like that nervousness. You understand what I'm saying? Behind knowing behind of what's everything. Let me slow down. I don't have that nervousness due to what's going on out here in this world. You understand what I'm saying? Because of what I'm reading. It's keeping me calm. You understand what I'm saying? Through all the videos that I be watching. But this book right here, The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, it's really, like I said, it's helping me keep calm, bro, because I'm just realizing, like, damn, all of these things that's happening is just a cycle, bro. And it happens over and over and over again. Just like this same cycle that I mentioned on previous episodes of the pod. Good times creates weak men. Weak men creates hard times. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create hard times. Strong men create good times. And then the cycle repeats itself. So, we had so previous generation before us, it was weaker and they made it weaker. When I say they, you know who it is. And that creates, and this is why we're going through the hard times that we are currently going through, and we'll continue to go through until men like me, I'm getting strong for me and my people. You understand what I'm saying? And learning about everything, gaining this wisdom, because I'm going to create good times for those that are around me, for those that are listening, for those that are in my ecosystem. You understand what I'm saying? So, we are going to be the new strong men. And we're not going to make the same mistakes that prior generations did. We're going to learn how to maneuver when things get tough, when things start to get rough or seem to get that way. We're going to have we're going to have those preventative measures. So when things do seem to get that way in the future for our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, they will already have the tools and knowledge to know, okay, this is what's happening. This is how we're going to maneuver. This is what we're going to do. And this is how we're going to act when this takes place. This is how we're going to act when that takes place. You understand what I'm saying? reading that book definitely gives me the confidence to know, damn, I can really do this shit. You understand what I'm saying? To make sure that me and my family and people that's in my ecosystem are protected for the long run. And if I need to lend a helping hand, I can do that because of the information that I am giving and I'm preparing. You understand what I'm saying? So this is just what it is, man. This is all just a big cycle, bruh. And these banks are the biggest cause of this shit. The devaluation of these currencies is because of the banks. You understand what I'm saying? In 1971, back when Nixon, old goofy, ugly white ass, took us off of the gold standard, which it probably was needed because America didn't have the gold to back up the amount of money, the amount of paper money that was out here, which made our money fiat money. Go look up what fiat money is. And then once you learn what fiat money is, then you will start to understand, oh, damn. I think from that, yeah, as a matter of fact, go look up fiat money and how that becomes to be. And I think it's gonna give you a decent ass picture on why things are the way they are. So when we got taken off of the gold standard back in 1971 because we didn't have the gold to back the paper dollars, because we didn't have the gold to give the people that was trading in their paper, that was trading in their paper dollars for gold. We didn't have that on us. America didn't have that on hand to give to the people. That's why recently, I don't know if y'all remember. Hold on, let me drink some water real quick. Make sure you save that thought. Hold on. Make sure you stay hydrated. Okay. Make sure you stay hydrated. Remember when Trump and Elon Musk was supposed to go to Fort Knox? You know these niggas be lying. That's why I never trust the government. Whatever the government be talking about, they say one thing, I'm looking the other way. They say one thing, I'm looking the other way. I'm watching what they do, not what they saying. They say one thing, I'm looking the other way, bro. But they were supposed to went to Fort Knox and they put to check to see if all of the gold was there. And I believe they went, but we didn't get any information after that. We don't even, so America, the gold that we supposed to have, we most likely don't have it on hand. You understand what I'm saying? So when we got taken off of the gold standard in 1971, the devaluation of the currency that allowed that, oh, that's what I'm about to say. That allowed the banks to print money into a fucking oblivion. That's why if you go through the 70s, if you go through the late 70s and throughout the 80s, there was hyperinflation. You understand what I'm saying? Because the dollar was being printed into fucking oblivion. I'm gonna do more research and get more detailed with that so that I can bring out more context behind that. But yeah, man, we seen hyperinflation. They seen hyperinflation through the 80s, and again, that allowed the banks to print so much fucking money. And now we are in big debts, and we are feeling that shit, man. Everything, all of the big money that was printed. Because even going back before that, right? You know, 1913, when the Federal Reserve was created, our money was being devalued then. The Federal Reserve the Federal Reserve had full control over the United States dollar. Who gets the money? You understand what I'm saying? How it's gonna be printed, how it's gonna be made. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's gonna go. Like the Federal Reserve controls all of that shit. Then you got the banks that are in play that can print as much money as they want. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have then we got us to being taken off of the gold standard. Then we have all of this since I think 2000. We've printed the most money in history. We've went from $2 trillion in debt to like 30. We had like what, $39 trillion in debt now. Like that is the most we've accumulated in history ever. And then you got the housing crisis back in 2008. That ruined a whole lot. That's why we see a lot of old people still working today, because when that's like 80. 70, 80 years old, because when they was 50, 60 years old, they were supposed to retire and been living off their retirement. But when the housing market had crashed, people, their retirements got wiped out. You understand what I'm saying? When the 401k had got implemented, that's tied to the stock market. A lot of their 401ks was wiped out. because they didn't know what the 401k was invested in, this, that, and the third. And that's another thing y'all need to learn too. Learn what y'all 401k is invested in, man. It ain't just that, it's free money. It is if you know what's there. You understand what I'm saying? And if you want to, you know, I ain't gonna get into that. We'll wait till later. We'll wait till later. We will wait till later. But yeah, man, make sure y'all know what y'all 401ks are invested in. You understand what I'm saying? Again, a lot of our grandparents, they shit got wiped out. So now we see in 2026, folks that was supposed to retire 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying, 20 years ago, they either wasn't able to retire or they had to get back into the workforce. And it's hard for them, unfortunately. So yeah, this is just what it is, man. I'm still reading these 2 books. I can't wait to start reading other books. I'm almost done. I think the next book I'm gonna read, I might end up rereading Think and Grow Rich. If not, then I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna go read the book of Obscure Sorrows or something like that. I'm definitely gonna go back and read that and learn new words and study new words and shit. That's like a little dictionary, but it's about your emotions and how to feel, different words to express how you feel. Definitely interested in that. I can't wait. I'm ready to get new words to my lexicon, man. I'm ready to be speaking like a shit, I don't know how them niggas used to speak back in the 1800s, saying all these crazy big ass words. You be like, what the fuck? What is motherfuckers do not speak like that no more, boy. No, for real. I'm trying to get my lexicon up the whole time. Like, no funny shit. I want more words in my vocabulary, man. I feel like that's imperative for me. So that's one of the ways I'm gonna do it. But yeah, once I'm done reading those, I'm ready to get back into more books. Actually, you know what I think I might do once I'm done? I think I'm going to, I'm going to reread Think and Grow Rich eventually. But I'm going to go and read these comics. I'm going to read like 20 comics, like series, because I still got to finish Absolute Wonder Woman. Then I want to read all the way through Absolute Batman. Everything that's absolute, I want to read through all of that shit. And then once I'm done reading through all the absolute shit, then I'm going to flip back and read, through like the Obscure Book of Sorrows and other books like that. You know what I'm saying? Other books of that nature. You feel me? I'm definitely gonna take my black ass to the library. It's a lot of black literature I want to get into and start reading as well. No Name, the rapper No Name, she has a book club, so I'm definitely gonna use that as reference and pick out a few books. Go to the library, see if I can find them, pick out a few books, and come back and read them, man. Because I feel like that's imperative for me to do that as well. So yeah, that's what I got planned for the books. And when I start reading comics and shit like that, I'm just trying to read as much as I can, man. Like I've always liked reading. That's been one of my strong suits. That's why I do my shorts channel, because I get to read articles and shit for people, and they get to hear my voice when I speak on it. So, you know, I'm just trying to read as much as I can, man. And it's anything. It don't matter what it is. I'm just trying to read, bro. Signs on the wall, you feel me, nigga, t-shirts, it don't matter. I'm just trying to read anything, because that comes with wisdom. That helps me retain information a lot better, especially the older I get. I want to retain as much information as I possibly can, and then give as much information as I possibly can as well, especially if it's beneficial for y'all, you feel me? But I'm just trying to read, man, read. That's it. And you should too, especially if you got the time. Read as much as you can. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you have these minutes. Set a timer for yourself. You're like, damn, I ain't got the time to read. You can set 10-minute timers and read. And you ain't got to read these fucking extravagant ass books, these fucking rambunctious ass books, bro. You ain't got to read these big, thick ass novels that got fucking 27 chapters, 30, 40, 50 chapters. You ain't got to read shit like that, boy. You can read small novels. That's about 200 pages. You understand what I'm saying? 50, 60, 70 pages. They are out there. Just go read them bitches, man, and take 10 minutes, 20 minutes out your day and read that shit, bro. Stop motherfucking doom scrolling, man. So listen, you can definitely do that shit. It's just all about allocating that time to do it. You feel me? Cause that's all I got to say on that one, man. Let's go ahead and move on. Music. You already know. This is one of my favorite portions of the pod. Now, I haven't been listening to any new music like that. I heard one new song from, I still don't know shorty name, bro. I don't know if it's Mate cause she is spelled MVTE. The V is upside the V is upside down. That'll make an A. But it's MVTE. I don't know if that's like pronouncing mate. I'm assuming it is mate. I think it is. She hard as hell. She just dropped a new song. It's called Oh Yeah. Isaiah Rashad, he just dropped a new album today. It's called It's Been Awful. I'm gonna listen to it over the weekend after the pod, of course, especially while I'm editing this shit. Just because Isaiah Rashad, one of my GOATs, he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. This album is 16 songs long, 54 minutes, not bad. I don't know how y'all feel about features and shit. Like, do y'all like being spoiled on features? But he got one feature on here, one of my favorite singles of all time. He got SZA as a feature. I'm going to say he got SZA as a feature. It's one of my favorite. That is my favorite single of all time. If you know me, you already know I love SZA, bro. She can, yeah. She great songwriter, great singer, all that. Right? She's fire. But I cannot wait to listen to it. My girl, she called me this morning. She listened to it while she was at work, and she's just telling me how fire that shit was. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait. And I trust her taste in music because she has a great taste in music. So I trust her. I trust her opinion. But I said, okay, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what's to it for myself for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely getting my verdict on it when I'm ready to listen to it. But I'm already knowing this shit gonna be fire, bro. It's Isaiah Rashad. He doesn't have a bad album. You understand? From Sylvia, shit, going back to his mixtape, Welcome to the Game, fire, great fucking mixtape. Sylvia demo, amazing. The Sun's Tirade, great. The House is Burning, another great album. He doesn't have not one bad album, so I'm already knowing It's Been Awful. It's great, and she said it's worth the 5-year wait. She said it's worth the 5-year wait. I hope we start getting more albums from Isaiah Rashad like consistently. But we just have to be satisfied with it, man. I'm gonna get the vinyl. I'm definitely gonna get the vinyl for it, and we're gonna be going to that show when he go on tour for sure. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. The single he dropped the single for it called Same Shit. That shit was hard, and he also dropped 719 Freestyle. I believe that was another single he had dropped. I believe it's on YouTube right now. I haven't listened to that because I was like, I'm a one song guy. I either don't listen to anything if they do drop singles, or I listen to one thing. If I know they got an album on the way, I listen to one thing. Just so I can be like, okay, I'm gonna listen to the rest of it. Because if I already heard your singles and those singles are on the album, I skip those singles. I skip right through it. You feel me? Because I already heard it. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's somebody like Mike, I'll listen to it again. He has so many songs that I can play on repeat. But this ain't about him. Because y'all, I'm still listening to Pompeii Utility. That's my album of the year so far. But I can't wait to listen to It's Been Off by Isaiah Rashad, because that might change. But Pompeii Utility, my favorite album so far this year, man. I love that fucking album, man. So because I talked about Mate, she is an up-and-coming artist. I'm gonna play that song Oh Yeah. I think it's hard. I was listening to it. I was walking my puppies the other day. Yeah, she dropped it 2 days ago on April 29th. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Oh Yeah by Mate. Y'all let me know if what's to it, man. YouTube, you already know you want me to hear this shit, so let me go ahead and apologize in advance, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments, man. So this is Mate. This is Oh Yeah by Mate. And that was Oh Yeah by Mate. That shit was fucking fire, bro. From Chicago, she coming up. She got recognized by Absol. Yeah, bro. Yeah. She fire, bro. She fire. Been loving these female rappers, man. I've been loving these female rappers. And after listening to this, I just dawned on me. It's this rapper named Yoshi Vintage that I've been listening to for quite some time now. For a couple years now, actually. I would love to hear Mate and Yoshi Vintage make a song together. I need to listen to this new song that she dropped. I didn't even know she dropped this shit back in February. It's called Prototype. But Yoshi can rap her ass off. Yoshi Vintage got recognized by Absol, motherfucking Kendrick Lamar. Like, yeah. She one of them. Yoshi Vintage can rap. I'm gonna put this on Twitter because I'm glad that we in a state of I'm glad that we are in a I'm glad that we are in a reality where like now we can interact with these rappers and shit like that, and basically voice what we want. I'm gonna tell them on Twitter. I'm gonna at both of their ass. I may not. I might just post it. It depends. If nobody react to it, I'm gonna add both of them. Like, I would love to hear Yoshi Vintage and Mate make a song together. Like, Yoshi Vintage, she kind of rap with like a deeper tone, and then Mate rap like this. Sort of similar styles though. As far, I ain't. No, they're not even similar. Completely different styles. But like her deeper tone with Mate's lighter tone, I would love to hear that shit. I would love to hear that shit. And they both can rap they ass off. Yoshi Vintage can rap her ass off. She has a project that dropped in 2024. It's called Beta. My favorite song on there is called Layer Cake. I love that song. Y'all make sure to go ahead and listen to that shit, man. I think I'm gonna play a song from her for y'all next episode, next week. Yeah, this shit is fire, bro. This shit is fire. Yeah. Go listen to Yoshi Vintage, Mate. Go listen to her today. And I'm definitely gonna post on Twitter like, hey, I would love to hear such and such, such and such. You know, I've been having this strange affinity to like get into an interview bag. Like, you know, get into my interviewer bag because I am passionate about this rap shit, hip hop, and learning about these artists and stuff like that. It's just for me, I would have to definitely like learn more about them, take time to do more research and see their background, see how they came up. And then, you know, I want to have it to where like it's not really like a interview, but you know, we just sit down, kicking the bubbles, cooling it, chilling, having a good conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, just something like that, but just having a good conversation just to get the artist seen a lot more and to give the audience a different side of them. Like, damn, this is what they like to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? Because I can sit around, ask some questions and, you know, but just ask questions and then build on top of that and piggyback off one another and talk and, you understand what I'm saying? Like, just so like the audience could see, damn, this is their energy, this is what they like to get into. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is their mindset, this is what it's on, and really speak more about the music. Cause that's what I'm about. I don't care about gossip and what niggas be into and not like as far as like, I want to know their hobbies and shit like that. But like the shenanigans that motherfuckers be pulling, I don't care about that. I don't care about none of that shit. I want to know who you are as a person. Why did you decide to rap? What you like to get into? The type of hobbies that you in? And shit, nigga, I want to come to some of these events. You know, if you got an album release party, I want to be there. I want to make sure I can travel there, man. Or send me that shit early. Send me that shit early, and I would love to get permission to preview a song on the pod from these artists. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I would love to sit down and talk to Mike and Yoshi Vintage and Mate and Earl Sweatshirt, Mvte. You understand what I'm saying? Just to have a different conversation. Because when I speak to people, like, it's different than when I speak, than from what I see how others speak to folks. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to make it strictly about the music and who they are as a person. That's all I want to get into, man. And then they can get to know me a little better. You feel me? So yeah, I definitely like been thinking about it, having ideas and like, and I always say to myself and know these ideas and these thoughts don't come to you for a reason. Don't come to you for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've been having a lot of these thoughts and been wanting to preview music. Like, I know one of my homies, like I said, I'm not really going to be doing album reviews. I know, because one of my homies, he was talking about me. He wanted to hear me do more album reviews, but I'm going to listen to the album and not really give it a review, but just give my impressions on it and what I like about it. And that's really about it. You understand what I'm saying? If I might rate it, you know, you might count that as a review or whatever it may be, but just really be like, yo, I really like the album before X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? I like this. This is all the lyrics, this, that, and the third. So I'm definitely gonna start bringing more of that to the pod. But yeah, man. And then I remember when I was getting a haircut for my 30th birthday. No, was it my 30th birthday? Yeah, no, it was my 31st birthday. And you know, we basically was talking. He asked me what I do because I don't work a conventional job. Like, I pod, I make content and shit like that. And he was like, oh, you like more get into like the interviews and shit like that. And like, I feel like he didn't say that for no reason. Mind you, we just having a little conversation, but he could have said any other word. He didn't have to say that at all. But him saying, "Oh, you get into interviews and shit like that," it's like, nah, that's not really my thing. You know, I might though. If it come around to that, then yeah. So I'm gonna definitely reach out to these artists and get them on the pod, and I'm gonna be completely transparent with them. Like, look, I'm not doing this shit for no clout. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I like to talk about. I love your music. I want to talk more to you about your music, about who you are as a person. You understand what I'm saying? And get that interview out. You feel me? And get that conversation out. You feel me? And let them know, like, I don't, you know, whatever my numbers are at the time, and this, that, and the third, like, you know, whatever it is, man, like, look, this is what it is. If you want to be on it, if you want to talk, we can. If not, hey, I appreciate you for even responding, or the lack thereof. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely gonna be doing that shit soon. As a matter of fact, I might as well just jump into it. Fuck it, why not? I don't know who I want to hit up first, but whoever I hit up first and I get a response from them, then y'all will know. Y'all will definitely know. So I'm for sure gonna see what's to it, and I'm just gonna get into it, man. I'm just gonna start. I'm do a little digging on artists, on up and coming artists and shit like that. I'm definitely gonna start where I want to start at, especially like the newer artists, especially for the ones that I fuck with and I know they new, and I want to get them to be seen a lot more. Like, I want y'all to hear and experience what I be hearing and experiencing so fucking bad. And it's not for clout. It's really just because I got the passion for it, and I just want people to, like, really get where I'm coming from. And like, oh, okay, I see why Flex, I see why Javon, I see why Vaughn listen to this shit. I see why he fucking with these artists. I get it. So this is definitely what I'm on, man, for sure. And then get them back on the pod and have more conversations and shit. That's what I want to do, bro. That's what I want to do, for sure. And then if they want to be part of the conversation as far as the topics, if we talk about anime or books and movies and TVs and gaming and music and miscellaneous shit and life, and they want to be part of that conversation, we can do that as well if they got the time. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all see how I'm thinking about this shit? That's what I was talking about earlier, keeping that open mind to going outside of the box with it. You understand? If they want to be part of that convo, they definitely can, man. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna definitely reach out more. You know, I've been getting a lot of been hearing a lot of like, you know, put yourself out there more. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. This is definitely how I'm gonna do this, bro. Put myself out there and just do things differently. Just do things that's never been done before. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, y'all, yeah. It's on the way. I'm gonna make sure I write this down after the pod. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put it in my notes right now. Let me see. Reach out and start doing interviews. And if I like it, I'm gonna keep going with it, because y'all know, I'm gonna get into that in a few. But if I like, I'm gonna keep it going. But I'm gonna tell y'all something that I just learned about myself a little bit later. So yeah, man. That was All Yeah by Mvte. Make sure to go listen to her. She fire. She from Chicago. Can't get enough, man. Can't get enough of all this new music. Isaiah Rashad. He just dropped a new album called It's Been Awful. That shit is fire. And make sure y'all go listen to Yoshi Vintage. I'm gonna put y'all on next week for sure. So yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got as far as the music. Now, we're gonna talk about investing. Y'all know that's my other favorite portion of the pod. But let me just go ahead and say this right now, what I learned about me, man. I learned that it takes a while for me to function with change, right? So I learned if I am implementing a new change, it takes a while for me to fully 100% get into it. You understand what I'm saying? So like, for example, my boy Blake, he was telling me how, you know, a lot of people really can't make Tubi Tuesday, because I do a live stream in the Discord for Tubi Tuesday, and we watch movies that are on Tubi, self-explanatory. But a lot of people really can't make it because it's the weekday, motherfuckers work, you know, motherfuckers ain't got the same schedule as me. I can do what I want because of X, Y, and Z, right? And, you know, we was having that conversation, and he was like, I could put up a poll, I can make a poll for you, this, that, and the third, to see what times people would want to watch these movies, and to see what day they would love to watch these movies. It ended up being on Saturday, and Saturday at a certain time. Now, we were supposed to watch a Tubi movie, I believe, last week. And no, not last week. Was it last week? If not, it was this week. We were supposed to watch a Tubi movie this week. but I'm gonna put out an announcement and skip out on it because I want to make sure that I fully just embrace the change. Because like I said earlier, I noticed like this is something that's changing for me. So me doing it on a Saturday, I just gotta be like, okay, now I gotta change it up from Tuesday to Saturday and then implement what I want to implement. You understand what I'm saying? So like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have it on Saturday at this time Eastern, because he put it in Eastern times, and that's a small change, but it's a change nonetheless. And because it is new, it took me a minute. That's why I'm canceling. That's why I'm gonna cancel or put out the noti for next week. Like, hey, we're gonna be watching this movie on Saturday at this time, just so motherfuckers are able to make it. And I'm not used to that. You feel me? I'm not used to that at all. So yeah, man. That little change, like when it comes to changes, it takes a little minute, and it depends on certain things. It might take a month. Certain things might take that day. You feel me? But it takes for me to really grasp, like, okay, this is changing. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and then be consistent with it. So that's why with these interviews, like me, I'm not really procrastinating on it. But like that's a big change for me if I was to do these interviews for these rappers and shit like that, just because like I've never done nothing like that before. You understand what I'm saying? And although I've been thinking about implementing it and wanting to do it, I've been taking some time to really be like, okay, I'm going to reach out. But today, or start like sometime soon, I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I want to interview you because X, Y, and Z. I've been following your music for a little minute. Woo, woo, woo. What's up? Can we do this? Are you down? They give me the yay. Or they respond or not. I get the yay. We doing this shit, man. So, you know, that's just a big change for me. So that's just the thing that I learned about myself. Like when it comes to change, I don't mind change. I like change. I embrace it. But my body and my mind and hell, even my heart, you know, it feels that. So it takes a minute for me to like just jump right into it. But I embrace the change though. I know it's coming. I know it's here, and I know that might need to be done for me to transcend to other things. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just I get like I believe it has something to do with my nervous system. That's what I think. It has something to do with my nervous system. So, you know, when it is a change, my nervous system gets a little, you know, but I make sure I keep calm, and I think to myself, you know, you love change. Change is always good. You understand what I'm saying? Things change all the time. I'm never the same person I was yesterday. You feel me? We are all changing every single day. It might not be much of something that you notice, but you know, through the habits that you make over time, you notice like, damn, I've been changing all this time. Now I done changed so much over this time period. Look where I'm at. You feel me? So yeah, man, always embrace that change, man. I think that's the message behind that. Always embrace that change. Always look to get better. And you know, especially if you know it's going to benefit you. It might even take you some time, but you know you're going to get there when you're going to get there, man. You always arrive on time, period. You always arrive on time. It's never too late. You're not early. You understand what I'm saying? You always arrive on time when you need to be, man. Especially based off of the habits that you have and the decision that you make based off those habits. You feel me? So, yeah, man. It's a little bit about what I learned about myself. What did you learn about yourself? Let me know in the comments. What did you learn about yourself? And is it something that you feel like you need to improve on? You can improve on, or that, you know, something that you need to change, or something that you need to change about yourself. Because, you know, learning about yourself doesn't always have to just be something like positive. It can also be negative as well, and eradicating those negative traits as much as you can. So, you know, baby steps, but it's steps nonetheless. You know, you transcend and you become a better person because of it. So, you know, what did you learn about yourself? What have you learned about yourself recently? Or what do you know about yourself? You're like, damn, I need to change this. Positive and or negative, because there's a balance. You know what I'm saying? Can't really have one without the other. You can always improve on one and the other, though. You feel me? So, yeah, man, that's basically what I got to say about that. Investing. I don't have any notes on it, but I just basically just want to remind y'all, a friendly reminder. Things are very expensive. I know you probably don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. It's the truth. And you got to face it. Things are very expensive. We are feeling the effects of everything that's been going on. You understand what I'm saying? We are still feeling the effects of the 2008 financial housing crisis. We are still feeling those effects today. The pandemic, we are still feeling those effects right now. We've been in a recession since then, maybe a little bit before that, but we've been in a recession since then. We are feeling those effects. All of that money that was printed during the pandemic, we are feeling those effects. All of the money that was printed to send to Ukraine and all of that, we are feeling those effects. All of the money that is being printed now and the devaluation of the dollar since 1913, the dollar has collapsed 97% since then, and it's still the strongest currency in the world. We are feeling those effects. The Strait of Hormuz being closed, we are feeling those effects. Motherfuckers think prices are high because of Strait of Hormuz. No, we have yet to feel those. Sorry to break it to you. It's everything that I mentioned prior to Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz being closed is just gonna make it worse. We are gonna be feeling those effects soon. We are gonna be hitting hyperinflation between now and 2030. Yeah, man, we're gonna see bubbles burst as far as the AI cycle. Many of y'all might be thinking to yourselves, "Yay!" It's not a good thing. It might help with regulation. It might be a good thing to help with regulation and getting this RAM under control. But the bubbles burst. We're gonna see all of these effects really hit us. You understand what I'm saying? Once they burst, but stocks fall, we can take advantage of that. Then shit gonna start recovering and then going to incline and yada yada yada. Man, you got to pick out the good tech stocks. Is always gonna be here, and I'm pretty sure y'all already know the ones that are going to be here. You feel me? But yeah. A lot of this shit, like the AI stocks, the AI bubble, is going to burst. Like I said, it's not going to be a good thing for the economy, but it's something that has to happen. And hopefully a lot of this shit as far as RAM prices are going to get regulated, but I think things are going to get even more expensive from then. I don't know. I think people are thinking, oh, once this happens, things are going to come back down. No, not instantly. Maybe I say at the very least a year. But it's gonna be some time. Like, we're gonna have a lot of time to recover. Like, we got the changing of the monetary system. We know we got the new superpowers that's gonna involve, China might end up being a new superpower. If not, it's gonna be an even playing field. As far as trades and goods, you understand what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers can trade not just within the dollar anymore. They can trade with the other currencies, cryptocurrencies, and the Chinese yuan, all of that shit, man. Like, all of this shit is changing and hitting all at once. And we seeing all of this shit, man. Internal conflict, external conflict. Hyperinflation, inflation. We don't even know what hyperinflation is gonna look like. Them niggas back in the 80s, they experienced that shit for their time period. But man, we got all of this shit happening all at once. Like, there's so many different things that happen all at once. And in the book, The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, it explains that through the cycle. Like, we are in the bottom cycle of 7, 8, and 9 now. Which is like motherfuckers thinking that the Civil War about to go off, the stock market gonna crash because that is severely overvalued. If you look at the Warren Buffett indicator for the stock market, it'll show you that the stock market is overvalued, and it's been overly valued for a very long time now. You understand what I'm saying? So, shit is gonna get ugly, bro. So, listen, if you're doing 50-50 right now, there's no shame in that. Don't be ashamed by that. Take that money that you can invest. Take that extra money that you saving on the side. Or take the extra money that you have that you would not have spent because you're going 50-50 with somebody. Take that and save it as much as you can. Invest as much as you can so that way your assets can grow. You could take profits and save even more money, and then buy other assets that are like cash generating assets. You feel me? Those are ways that you could take advantage of this shit, man. Save where you can. Create an ironclad budget where you have money that you're gonna spend, and that's it. So F you money, fuck you money, money that you're gonna spend, And then your necessities for all your bills, groceries, water if you're paying it, rent, you know what I mean, gas if you're paying it, the light bill, all of that shit. Make sure you got all of that shit. Add all of that up, and then look through your bank statements and see what you've been spending on frivolous. Let's start that over. Look to see where you've been frivolously spending. You might gotta laugh at that, but look where you've been frivolously spending and be like, okay, I need to cut back on this. So if you've been eating out more than you should have in a week, cut back on that shit and make it once a month. Hell, if you can, which you can, take 2 months. Matter of fact, take 3 months. You're not going out to eat. You're not going out to chill with the homies and chilling with friends and shit like that and spending even more money. Like, because if you do, go to your house and have a good time. You understand what I'm saying? And that'll keep you from spending money. Keep it from going to the movies and shit like that. Take 3 months and take 3 months and cut back on all of the frivolous spending and watch and see how much money you saved over 3 months. Then you can see what you want to do with it. You can see if you want to put it into a high yield savings account, or you can take that extra money and you can invest it. You make profit, you take profits off the top, you take, matter of fact, you take your house money off, right? Then you can do what you want to do with that house money. And then as things go up, you can take more profits off and you can see where you want to put those assets, or where you want to put that money. Now I said a high yield savings account and cash generating assets. I highly recommend looking into cash generating assets. That's DeFi, as far as like staking cryptocurrencies and shit like that, stable coin yield, dividends, real estate, whether you want to invest in the real estate stock or you want to go buy and purchase a property, gold, silver, copper, oil. Let me see what else. Hell, land, and you can rent that land out to mobile homes and shit like that. Sell what you don't need. Sell what you don't need. Sell what you don't need. I said it 3 times for a reason. If you got some shit laying around the house, like me, I don't really have anything for me to sell, to be honest with you. Like, I have a vinyl collection, but I'm not selling none of my vinyl. I spend my hard-earned money on that shit. I'm not selling my vinyl, man. Like, that shit, I'm keeping those forever. You understand what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't have anything else that I can sell for extra cash. So if you have anything that you can sell for extra cash, take that extra cash and you can either save it or invest it. And you can invest it into the 8 things that I named. You understand what I'm saying? And you can take that money and start a flywheel for yourself. So everything that you sell, you can put into a cash generating asset, so that way you can make an extra $100 a month, make an extra $200-$300 a month, make an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month. You understand what I'm saying? If you door dashing, if you got a job, a full-time job, and you door dashing on the side, don't just, once you save up enough, if you feel comfortable, be like, okay, I saved enough money for the next 6 months, then you can start investing that money and get that flywheel going for cash generating assets. And then those cash generating assets, you can take that money and fill that savings account for like the next year. You understand what I'm saying? But like, okay, now I got a year saved up. Now let me go ahead and take this money, and I got this year saved up into a high yield savings account. So let me go ahead and take this money that I'm getting from DoorDash or Uber, whatever the case may be, whatever side hustle that you have, and you could put that into other cash generating assets, man. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's imperative that I get this information to you so that way you can see what's possible, that you don't need. And then once you're making enough from that side hustle, you can put that side hustle away. Once you're making enough from your dividends, you can put that side hustle away, because now your money is working for you. Now look at that. You just freed up your time because of the money that you implemented into these dividend payments, or the money that you staking. You are now not using any new money to create more money. You understand what I'm saying? Cash flow is king. Cash is dead. Cash flow is king. And you just create that flywheel for yourself every single time, man. So whatever, so say you making an extra $30 a month off a dividend. You could take that extra $30 a month and you can either save it or reinvest it. You can either save it or reinvest it. Like me, I just got paid $5 and some change due to my high yield savings account. I'm about to take that money and I'm about to invest it into whatever crypto that I want to invest it in. I'm about to take that money and invest it. Right? Now you might be thinking to yourself, why not just let it compound? I'm going to do that after I hit a certain point. After I hit a certain point, then I'm going to let that, all right, I'm getting $200 a month from this shit. I'm not gonna take any more money from this. I'm just gonna let it build up, right? And then if I decide, okay, I'm getting like $800 a month, that's my new savings. Okay, bet I'm about to take that money, I'm about to invest it into other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? While I'm still throwing in the same amount of investment I'm throwing in, I'm like, okay, now that the interest that I'm making off of this shit, I'm about to take this interest money, I'm gonna throw it into other assets that's gonna create more money. And that's basically what I'm doing. I can let it compound and shit like that. But once I ain't gotta touch my damn savings, I can just take the interest off of my money. I can just take the interest that I'm making and implement it to other assets. Like as I'm doing that now. It's just very small, but I'm doing that right now as we speak, bro. As we speak. I'm gonna I have money in my savings account that I'm making interest on. I'm gonna be putting more money into this exchange so that way I can lend it out and make money there. I want to make at least $500 to $1,000 on interest on my money while it's being lended out. So I'm gonna be making money two different ways there: savings account interest and lending it out. And then I'm going to be stable coin yields. I'm going to make sure I have my money on stable coins because, if I get paid a certain amount, I'll due to that interest. Like if I get like 4 to 7% on my money, that's another one I'm going to be collecting interest. And, I can either allow that to reinvest into itself, or I can just go ahead and be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to invest it into the other assets. So that's savings account interest, making money. Lending my money out, that making interest on that, making money. Staking my cryptocurrencies. You know what I'm saying? Locking them up and making more crypto off my crypto. You feel me? Making more crypto on my crypto. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have that. That's 3 ways of making money. You feel me? Let that build up, and then that extra money, without me ever just having to sell my crypto, I could take that money that I'm staking and I can buy more assets. Then I could take that and do, and then 4 dividend payments. So I'm already making money off these things, right? Off these 4 things that I'm naming. Dividend payments. That's another. So I got 4 sources of income. They're small now, but I'm building it out, and it's gonna be so huge to the point where it's like, damn, like this is what I made off of this is what I did off of the money that I was making month to month. You feel me? So staking my money. Look into staking. You can lock up your crypto, which they starting to get it to where you can lock up your crypto and then you can stake it and then unstake it the same exact day. There's some protocols where you have to stake it and you got to keep it locked up for at least a week and then you can unstake it, or you got to keep it locked up for a month and then you know what I'm saying? It depends. But now it's getting to the point where you can stake your crypto, lock it up for a day, and then unstake it if you want to right then and there. So that shit decent as hell, man. So and I could stake different cryptos, creating other forms of income. So I could create. So me staking crypto, I can create a source of income within a source of income. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, say I'm staking 3 different cryptos and I'm earning money off 3 on 3 of those, right? Well, actually, let's start over. Say I'm staking a cryptocurrency and I'm making money off that. That's a source of income. Now you expand it. Say I'm staking 3 different cryptocurrencies. I'm making 3 different sources of income off of staking from those 3 things. So staking provides 3 to 4 or how many different sources of income within that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's really 7. But I'm saying staking as all in one. But that's 3 different sources of income within me staking. You understand what I'm saying? Then we got a big one, real estate. When I purchase my properties. Actually, no, let's go back. Then you got a 5th source of income, dividends, which I mentioned earlier. All of this money that I'm making, I can use all of that to buy dividends. And that's also to buy dividend paying stocks. Buy dividend paying stocks, and that's also going to pay me month to month, twice a month, weekly, depending on what I invest in. And I'm going to make sure that I have a portfolio that pay me every quarter, that pay me every month, that pay me twice a month, and that pays me once a week. You understand what I'm saying? So with me having dividends, that's like what? So if I'm got someone that's paying me a monthly, that's a source of income. Within dividends, that's a source of income. And then paying me twice monthly, that's another source of income. They're paying me weekly, that's another source of income. So that's, and quarterly, that's another source of income. So that's 4 different sources of income off of dividends. Off of that. So now I really have, let's say that's 7. I got 11 sources of income, right? Then you got a big one. Real estate. That's gonna be a big source. And when I start purchasing my properties and I rent them bitches out, that's gonna be a big source of income for me. You understand what I'm saying? Especially the more properties that I buy and the more income that I can take in, the more rent that I can collect. That's gonna be a big source of income. And then that create other sources of income based off how many properties that I own. You feel me? Then so that's like I said, that's a source of income within a source of income. You understand what I'm saying? Then I could take that income and I can buy more dividend paying assets and more cryptocurrencies and shit like that. Let me see. So like I said, really that's 11, but we at 6. That's 6 different sources of income. And then that expands within itself, depending on how many properties and how many, investments and all that shit that I have, that I buy. Let me see, what's another source of income? That I want to get into? Now the 6 prior sources of income, all of that shit is making money while I sleep. That money is making money. That money is making money on my money while I'm sleeping, right? Then I got my YouTube channels, building that up, getting paid from those. That's another source of income. And then taking all of that income and buying more assets. Let me see, what's another one, bro? But y'all get the point. Man. Again, like I mentioned earlier, details. I get detailed with the shit, man. Cause I'm thinking about, damn. Cause y'all see how deep I got with it? It's deeper than just surface level shit. Oh, real estate. You understand what I'm saying? That's a source. Or savings account. Like that's also a source. You understand what I'm saying? If you make an interest and this, that, and the third. Like I mentioned all of these different sources of income just to show you everywhere you can make money, bro. And you can have those reinvest into itself, reinvest back into itself, right? Or you can cross invest with those. So you can say, okay, with these 2 properties, I'm gonna take this amount of either I'm gonna save up to buy another property, or I'm gonna buy some cash generating assets. Then that cash generating asset, I could save that up to buy another property, or I could buy another cash generating asset. And then you can cross invest. You can cross invest with these things. So say you making $2,000-$3,000 a month off of dividends and shit like that, or even more, right? But I'm gonna save this up to buy property. You can do that. Or say the property that you making, or say the rent that you collecting, that shit all of that rent that you are collecting from your properties, you be like, okay, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna buy a new asset. Like you can cross invest them. You understand what I'm saying? Because they making so much money. Then you got life insurance. You can borrow from that. Tax code 7702A, I believe. Make sure you look that up. I could take my this year, I'm looking to borrow from my policy for the first time. And I'm gonna do what? Buy a cash generating asset that I can pay my loan back. And I don't even have to pay my loan back because it's gonna come off the death benefit. But I don't want it to come off the death benefit because I'm slowly but surely building that up. Even though I don't have to worry about doing that, but I want to pay off the death benefit. And again, and just borrow from my fucking life insurance policy, buy more crypto, buy more assets, especially when things get low. And then when they go up, I could pay off the loan to myself because I'm just borrowing from myself, right? Which is further funding the my family bank, my own personal bank, the infinite banking concept by R. Nelson Nash. Make sure you look that up. Go do your research on that. So, that's another thing that can give me a source of income from borrowing from myself. That can create another source of income. And it's just implementing that capital DR strategy that I mentioned before. That's cash flow, assets that appreciate. So cash flow, assets, or appreciation into protection. That protection, you can leverage from it. You can leverage from that protection, and then that can buy more assets, and then you de-risk. My mentor, he said it 3 times, so I'm gonna say it 3 times because it's very important. De-risk. That's pulling profits, put it into more protection, and you borrow from that, and you just start the process all over again, man. So I know this was a lot of information. I know you can go back and listen to this shit twice if you need to, but did y'all see how I'm thinking about this? How it's deeper than just investing. It's so much money to be made out here based off of what I had just said alone. You understand what I'm saying? And then build up a fund with your friends, man. That's another thing. Go half on the business. There's so many different businesses that y'all can buy. Go look up the businesses that are being sold right now. Car washes, things that already have employees that are in cash flow, but the motherfucker that's running it, they getting too old. They don't have any heirs. And they don't want to see the business that they built from the ground up go to waste. So they're looking to sell it to somebody that's passionate about it, or that's going to keep their business running, to keep that cash flow. Look into that, man. Build up reserve with your homies, with your girl, with your wife, your husband, your man, you know what I'm saying? Your significant other, your friends, whoever it is. Save that up and go buy a business. Go buy a car wash. Low maintenance. It basically runs itself. You understand what I'm saying? That y'all split that cash flow. You feel me? And y'all save up some money. Y'all save it what y'all getting from the car wash. Y'all and what y'all been saving up to and what y'all had saved up to buy that first car wash. Y'all continue to do that compound and interest, and then y'all go buy another business, another car wash, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of money to be made out here, man. Don't worry about going 50-50 with a motherfucker, because listen, if you are the average Joe, it's smart to go 50-50 until y'all can build that cash flow up to the way y'all ain't got to do that shit no more. You understand what I'm saying? Go move in with a friend if you need to. Go move back in with your parents if you need to. There's no shame in that. As long as you have a plan to not be stuck in that situation, that's all that matters. Do not listen to the naysayers and everybody that you think that might judge you, that might ridicule you, or might criticize you because of the decision that you make to better your future, because they are broke as hell, because they got too much pride to go and do these things that's going to better their future. Don't listen to these niggas. They never done it before. But take heed from a nigga that wants to see better from you, for you. Yeah, from you as well. Take heed from a nigga that want to see better for you, bro. All of these things that I'm talking will put you in a better situation. So if it's plausible, go ahead and do that shit. Have a plan. Give yourself a 6 month to 2 year plan on how you're gonna implement this shit and how you're gonna save and this, that, and the third, and create more cash flow for yourself, so that way you ain't gotta worry about working for another motherfucker and living under another motherfucker's roofs again. You feel me? This is why I'm speaking so passionately about these things, because I see what's possible now. It starts small, it starts slow, but as long as you stay consistent and you invest, however you like to invest, daily, weekly, monthly, every single time, whatever it is, you don't skip a beat. Like today, I got to do my finances, and I'm investing, and I'm not skipping a beat. I invest first, then I pay my bills, and then everything else come later. That's how I do my money. Everything I do is on manual. I invest first, then I pay my bills, and then I go about it just like that. This is gonna be another long ass episode. This might be the longest episode of the pod. We are 1 hour and 41 minutes in, but that's what I do, man. It's like this shit get longer and longer. I don't know if that's just me, but do y'all think that shit? Anyways, I was planning on keeping it short, but here we are. But yeah, again, it starts small, but just stay consistent. And within 5 years, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm making an extra 3K a month, if not more, depending on how aggressive you are. You understand what I'm saying? Depending if you got teamwork with motherfuckers to help expedite this process, maybe within 2 years. You understand what I'm saying? It's so many ways you can save money. It's so many ways that you can make money. You just gotta be willing to go out here and do this shit, man. And just working a regular job, there's nothing wrong with that, but it might not cut it for what you might need to do, so that way you ain't gotta rely on that job anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So again, take heed. Take heed from a nigga that want to see better for you, because it's possible. I'm telling you this because it's really real. I'm seeing it. It's starting small, but the ball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna be like, damn, boy, by the end of this year, I should have enough to cover my utilities when it comes to saving and dividends and shit like that. But not should. By the end of this year, I will have enough to cover my necessities. So however much it is for my bills and shit, I'm gonna have enough in dividends paying me to pay that back. To pay that if I want to. You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't even gotta use none of my new money. You feel me? So listen, man. Just take heed, bro. Just take heed, and what I'm saying, do not dismiss it. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this money talk, but y'all have to, man. It's imperative that y'all get y'all head out of y'all ass, get y'all head from out of the sand, and really look around. Parse y'all surroundings and see like, damn, I didn't really grow up well with money. My parents didn't really grow up well with money. My grandparents didn't really grow up well with money, but only thing they knew was save. I got all of this information at my fucking fingertips. Let me go ahead and there's a nigga out here that's giving this information, that's giving up the game. Let me just see what it's hitting on, man, and implement these strategies. And if it works for me, bravo. And if it don't, let me find something else that's gonna get me ahead of everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? And then once I'm there, I can start to help everybody else. You feel me? So again, just take heed, man, and from somebody that wants to see better for you and for his people. For real, bruh. Like, because listen, the possibilities are there. Like, I'm my own bank. I'm lending out my own fucking money. Do you not know how, like, I never thought I'd be able to do that, because I thought only banks could do that at one point. I'm able to lend out my own fucking money and collect interest. You know how happy I am about that shit? Man, I'm telling y'all, bro, the possibilities are there. Do not pass them up. I'm giving y'all this game for a reason, man. I'm giving y'all this game for a reason. Do not pass this shit up. The time is now. Don't wait. Do not wait. Whew. I think that's it. I don't really have anything else in my head, man. I was, speaking from here and not from my noggin. You feel me? This was fun, man. I love doing this shit, bro. So, hopefully y'all got some good information out of this. I'm gonna have more pod notes for later, and I'm gonna have more information, more value for y'all next week for sure, and over the coming weeks for sure. Cause I just want to make sure that shit is right, man. I want to consume as much information so I can spew and give as much information as I possibly can, and keep y'all mind open to what's going on and the possibilities out here, and where y'all can take advantage, where y'all can learn from, all of this shit, man. I just want to help my people, bro. That's it. That's all I want to do. I just want to help the people, that got it but wants to improve, the least of those. All of that. I want to help everybody that is willing to take in the help. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm helping myself, and as I'm progressing and getting better, I can help others along, and then y'all can help yourselves with the information that's given and all of that, and then y'all can, listen, it starts with one person, bruh. And that one can spread to 2, that 2 can spread to 6, that 6 can spread to 18, that 18 can spread to 30 to 42, so on and so forth, man. But it starts here. It starts here. It starts here. It starts here. Inside. It always from the inside out, never the outside in. Remember that. Remember that. So it always starts from the inside out, never the outside in. Remember that. All right, man. So we are damn near 2 hours into this shit, man. An hour 47. I can yap like a motherfucker. Goddamn. This was fun. Like I said before, this was a lot of fun. I hope y'all got some valuable information out of this. Hopefully this, lit a fire up under your ass, and it makes you want to really get your shit together, man, for real. Because again, we ain't got no time to waste. We ain't got no time to waste, man. The time is now. We are in the greatest time in human history to change our family's trajectory for generations to come. And we can do that if we implement the right strategies, the right, we cut out this frivolous spending and all of that shit, man. So, listen, this has been episode 62 of the Von Talks podcast. This was so much fun, man. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that y'all exercise, drink some water, and fucking relax. I do not want this to end, but it has to. It has to. And I will most definitely see y'all last on the next episode. Peace.